Hey everybody, welcome. I'm here today and I'm going to try and make some oatmeal milk and honey with you guys. Running low, it's one of the favorites in our house, my daughter as well as myself. I've got my full goat's milk and some cow's milk over here in an ice bath that I've mixed with the lye. It's ready to go. And I've got all my oils here and my hard butters all melted and ready to go. I've got some colloidal oats in here. What else do I have? I have some kaolin clay, and I've already pre-mixed that just to keep the blending down. And I think we're ready to start combining. So I've got some local honey from right here. A guy has beehives on our farm here. So this is A&Z apiaries, pure honey. And we get some every year at Christmas for having the bees on our farm. They do very well here. And I mix that with a little bit of water just to make it easier to pour into the batter. Got some oats. That's more for decoration at the top. The colloidal oats are already in. Got my fragrance oil. Am I missing anything? Just my milk. So I checked my temperatures. Looks like they're pretty ready to go, close enough. And then we're just going to pour the milk, lye, right in here. So, and then give her a go. Take it nice and slow. Keep the bubbles down. If I can get myself cooperating here. It's already starting, the lye's already making some of the fats in the milk turn to soap. Isn't that interesting? So yes, it's a little bit yellow. It's just what's happening in the chemical reaction. You don't want it to turn orange. I mean, sometimes it can turn orange and it's fine. Just means it's heating up a little bit. And I hope this bowl is gonna be big enough. Let's see what we got here. Sorry for the quietness. Sometimes I'm thinking and I'm not talking. So there we go. Whew, we're gonna need a little bit. Taller spatula next time. I think I told myself that last time. You guys all in the picture? I'm new to this video taking. I'm not an experienced pro, but you know, that's how we all learn from these videos. I started out really interested. I think Royalty Soap was one of my first ones I was watching. She has such a bubbly personality. And then I got into Missouri River Soap. She does some amazing stuff over there. What else? And then Cheeky Goat Soapery. She makes some great videos. They can make you laugh. She does some fantastic work too. Who else have I seen? Is it Terry over at Tree Marie Soapworks? She's got some incredible stuff. We've got I Dream in Soap with Lisa. She has amazing information videos. And who else? Am I missing anybody? I know there's lots of people that I've watched in time. Okay, let's make some soap. Let's see. I've already burped this, which means I get the air bubbles out. And let's see what happens. Try not to stick blend too much. You'll see it, I don't know, the watchful eye. We start to see it change as it comes through here. I want to get it emulsified. This is a big batch. I'm making a triple batch because it always seems to go fast. I know I keep a few bars of this in my house. I love the way it smells. I've made it unscented and scented. It always is nice. Always nice to have on hand. I just want to make sure I get it mixed together here. Good enough, but not over mix it. Yep. That's probably good. Because it'll start to thicken up if we don't. Watch. Lots of natural sugars. You got the extra oatmeal in there and make it a little bit thicker. Let's see if I can make a mess out of this. The only thing with round containers, I'm gonna pour some of this off, make it a different color. I'm gonna add in some honey. Oh, we can do more than that. Even more than that. Oh yeah, see? This is where it becomes a mess. You have to be careful too, because it just... Round isn't the best for pouring. Not without a spout. Okay, so we're gonna add in some honey blush. This is from Nurture Soap. I think I threw a little bit of Maya Gold in there too, if I remember correctly. I do well taking notes. I don't do that well taking notes on the colors. Because it always seems to be like playing around, seeing what color you want and getting it exactly what you want, and then you kind of forget what you wrote down. But if you hear any excess noise, my husband's taking some quiet time watching some TV. He doesn't get a little time to do that, and he's doing his laundry like a good boy. So that's that. We're gonna add, once we get this honey in here, it usually speeds up a little bit. So let's get a little bit of honey in both. We're gonna get a little fragrance oil in both. Oop, and a little TD. Keep this a little whiter. I like the way it looks with a little bit more white. You'll see it change. And it might still look yellow, but it ends up looking really nice and pretty, creamy. This fragrance oil does discolor a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so let's go on fragrance oil. This is Oatmeal Milk and Honey from Nurture Soap, and also Wholesale Supplies Plus, because I had what was left over of one, and they basically all smell about the same. Let's go a little bit more here. Just smells good. It's got a little bit of like an almond in it. I definitely smell the almond on top, but it just, I don't know, that's what I smell. It just smells yummy. Because it does discolor a little bit, I'm just gonna add a little bit more titanium dioxide, and then we'll give that a quick blend. Now that I'm gonna add in, it stays nice and fluid. And then when you add any types of sugars, so the milk has a natural sugar, and the honey, of course, has natural sugar. When you add any sugars in, it tends to heat up the batter, speed up the batter, and sometimes makes it in a hurry. So I wait till last to add in this. I'm going to give everything a quick blend. And then we're going to grab our mold. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I think everything's in here. I try to prepare it like surgery. So here we got a little honey going in here. A little honey going in here. I like to scrapey, as Katie from Royalty Soap says. That's her phrase, scrapey out my little container. So we did that. I will burp this again. I'm going to start with the lighter color, give it a quick blend. Get that honey blended in. I don't want to blend it too much, but I definitely want to blend it enough. Still going. Okay, let's give this a scrapey. And then we're going to give this a little in the pot swirl. Line this up, you can see it. And we just it's a lot heavier than you think. And one right down the middle. I just go ahead and scrape it all out now because there's just something pretty about a pour, and then just leave it alone. Scrapey. Katie. She's great. She has a lot of great soaps. Very energetic personality. She has some tutorials on soap making. All sorts of great stuff. Alright, and then I kind of just do a quick once through and let it decide what it wants to do in the mold. That's what's great about this. Every time you make soap, you can't ever get it exactly the way you had it before. And I have my mold over here from Workshop Heritage. My husband got it for me for Christmas to make some bigger batches. We're always finding a piece of lint. The world is a linty place, as B from Sorcery Silver says. Okay, yep, little lint. Okay, here we go. See if we can still put that there. And let's see how much of a mess we can make. Isn't it cool? Does its own thing. Ooh. Yes. I don't know if you can see all that. If you got to see all that. And here we go, more scrapey. All right, so that's that. As you see, it looks pretty just like that. I'm gonna give it a little tap. It's quite heavy, as you can imagine. I think it's 11 pounds. 11 pounds of any batter is a lot. So here we are back. I have some bubble wrap if you want a cheap way to make honeycomb looking impressions. Here's a bar of my last oatmeal milk and honey. See how that comes out? It's pretty. It's literally my last bar. So I'm going to attempt to remake it. Sometimes you just don't get it the same way. So how am I going to do this? One of these has to be back to back just because it's a 3-stepper. There's one. So I get everything lined up correctly. And when I cut it, it cuts nicely. You can kind of see it go around it. It's kind of cool part. Bubble wrap's fun anyways. And then bubbles wrap's fun when you can use it for other things. When I was a kid, if we got really cool bubble wrap, we would take it out and put it on our driveway or wherever there was blacktop, because ours was usually stone. And then we would, ride our bikes over it. So that was always fun. I'm going to do it like this. And then that way, when I cut, it'll just be the same. But yeah, it used to make a really cool sound when we ride over with our bikes. That one's just a hair shorter. That's right, we cut off a little bit off the end piece anyways. Look good? Starting to set up real fast, so that's that sugar, honey. I also did a little bit of a water discount. So here it goes. Here's a little bit of oats. I know this might take a while. Let her rip, right? These are just rolled oats I stole from the cupboard because mine were out for my soap room down here. So these will all stay down here. I won't mix any back in the house. And that means a few less oatmeal cookies for my husband until I get out to get more. He likes his oatmeal cookies. Come on, girls. Just get on there. I like the natural look of the oats, the rustic. They come off. I know, they can come off, but it's just that first appeal when you see it in the store or online. It just looks cool. We're getting down there. Thankfully I have a little bowl left over. We're close. So if I did this right, these should stick. And this is gonna go into the fridge or freezer because with all the sugars in there, and it's a full milk soap, so more sugars, and the honey, this is gonna get refrigerated or frozen for at least 12 hours to make sure she doesn't turn into a soap volcano and heat up and split or whatever else. And looks good to me.